In the theater of human interaction, truth rarely speaks plainly. People lie. People deceive. People cover their true motives with smiles, small talk, and calculated performances. The cunning know this, and the Machiavellian mind does not accept words at face value. It demands proof. It demands action. It demands revelation through subtle, often psychological trials. These are the tests designed not to confront, but to uncover, quietly, efficiently, and without mercy. What you are about to learn is not kindness. It is not trust-building. It is warfare disguised as observation, a chess game of psychology where only the vigilant remain unburned. Here, truth is not offered. It is extracted, and to those willing to look beneath the surface, every human being reveals their true face eventually. If you want to know who truly respects you, who is loyal, who envies, who fears, or who intends to betray, you must know how to test them. These are the 7 Machiavellian tests. Techniques crafted not with morality in mind, but clarity. Not fairness, but power. Use them with caution. For once you know the truth about someone's intentions, you can never return to ignorance. Test 1. The favor test. Measure the depth of their mask. Ask someone for a favor. Not a massive one. Something small, but inconvenient. Something that breaks their routine, challenges their comfort, or requires them to go a little out of their way. Watch how they respond. A person's reaction to a favor they don't benefit from is revealing. The loyal will comply. The indifferent will hesitate. And the self-serving will refuse unless there's a gain. The favor test breaks the illusion of friendliness and shows what lies beneath convenience-based relationships. Most people are polite until politeness costs them effort. That's when their real nature steps forward. Observe. Do they make excuses? Do they show irritation? Do they offer an alternative to avoid discomfort? Do they comply with genuine willingness? This test works because people often play nice when it costs nothing. But character isn't built on convenience. It's exposed through challenge. Test 2. The gossip test. Reveal their loyalty. Speak to them about someone else you both know. Casually, softly criticize this third party. Then pause and observe. Do they nod eagerly and add their own complaints? Do they agree enthusiastically? If so, understand this. What they say to you about others, they will say about you to others. Loyalty is rare. Real loyalty defends even in absence. But disloyalty? Disloyalty dresses up as agreement, as camaraderie and criticism. A Machiavellian understands that those who gossip are not allies. They are opportunists, floating toward whoever gives them a stage. Use this test to expose the untrustworthy colleague, the two-faced friend, the flattering subordinate. Gossipers think they're bonding with you through negativity. In truth, they're auditioning for your distrust. Test 3. The silence test. Who can stand your strength? Stop reaching out. Delay your responses. Withdraw your energy. This is a silent test, but it echoes loudly. Observe what happens when your effort disappears. Do they notice? Do they reach out, follow up, maintain the thread? Or do they vanish, revealing that it was always you doing the emotional labor? Silence is power. Most people chase attention. They don't understand the strategic power of absence. In your absence, the other person is forced to either pursue or detach. Either response is a revelation. You learn who values your presence, who is using your attention, who never intended to give, only to take. This test is brutal because it reveals how one-sided many relationships are. But once exposed, the choice is yours, rebuild or release. Test 4, the contradiction test. Unmask the performer. Present them with information you know contradicts something they told you before. Act ignorant. Pretend you don't notice the contradiction. Watch how they handle the inconsistency. Do they double down and lie further? Do they get defensive? Or do they admit the discrepancy with transparency? The Machiavellian understands. Liars protect lies with more lies. Honest people get caught in contradictions too, but they don't panic. They explain. They clarify. The test lies not in the contradiction itself, but in how they handle it. Use this test on romantic partners, employees or employers, anyone whose story seems too rehearsed. The performer will reveal their cracks under pressure. And the script? It always slips when you keep the lights on long enough. Test 5. The ambiguity test. Do they assume the worst or the best? Send a vague message. Create a scenario where your words or actions could be interpreted multiple ways. Then wait. This test uncovers someone's internal narrative about you. People project their expectations, fears, and biases onto the unclear. Do they assume you meant harm? Do they react offensively with suspicion or hostility? Or do they interpret generously? In relationships, ambiguity is a mirror. It reflects how someone wants to see you. This test is surgical. It exposes projection. A guilty conscience will read accusation in neutral words. An insecure mind will hear rejection in your silence. Learn from how they react when you leave blanks. The assumptions they make are windows into their trust, fear, and honesty. Test 6, the envy test. How they react to your success. Mention a recent success casually without bragging. Watch their reaction. True friends celebrate. The envious flinch. Some offer half-hearted praise. Others subtly change the subject. Some mock your achievement with sarcasm. Few emotions are as quietly toxic as envy. It disguises itself well in false praise, in backhanded compliments, in silence. But you will always see it if you know what to look for. This test is essential because the envious are dangerous. They might smile, but they quietly wish for your fall. They resent your rise. And eventually, their bitterness will leak into action. The Machiavellian doesn't confront envy. He categorizes it. He knows who secretly hates his power and keeps them close only until the moment of usefulness fades. Test 7. The crisis test. Who stands when everything falls? Simulate a moment of weakness. Admit to a fabricated problem or vulnerability. Then wait. This test is not about manipulation. It's about truth. When you seem weak, how do people treat you? Do they grow colder, seeing an opportunity to assert dominance? Do they show care or exploit your moment? In crisis, true character emerges. Fair weather allies disappear. Opportunists strike. And only the truly loyal remain. A Machiavellian mind does not wait for real crisis to learn the truth. It engineers moments that simulate crisis and then observes. Because waiting for disaster to reveal the truth is foolish. Better to stage the fire and see who comes running, who runs away, and who fans the flames. Closing thoughts. The price of truth. When you use these tests, understand something clearly. You are no longer living in the polite world. You have entered psychological warfare. These tests are not for the faint-hearted or the naive. They are for those who value truth above comfort. You will lose illusions. You will sever false friendships. You will discover that many who claim to care do so only when it benefits them. But what you gain is clarity. The Machiavellian path is not always about manipulation. Sometimes, it is about seeing clearly through the fog of human behavior. These tests are your sword. Your shield is silence. Your power is awareness. Use them not to destroy, but to understand. And remember, the one who knows the truth holds the leash.